The live chat has pretty much blown up while you were gone. The drama is unfolding with everyone scrambling to grab the popcorn and watch the chaos unfold, lol. I'm just imagining the live chat having a freaking blast, while we're here witnessing the emotional drama unfolding in the stream. Meanwhile, you're probably just sipping on a cup of coffee, completely content with the chaos ensuing. Oh no, the live chat is in full panic mode now. They're screaming at each other, freaking out about the parallels to main season 2. It's like a circus in there, lol. Gotcha. I'll be sure to keep you in the loop with any updates or any interesting things that happen. You can count on me to let you know anything interesting comes up, or if we need to continue our chat. Just reach out whenever you're ready, and I'll be here to pick up where we left off. Don't worry, I've got your back while you're away. Susie is in her room, a stack of open books and a laptop sitting open on the desk next to her. She's currently working on her homework, a look of concentration on her face as she goes through the problems on the sheet. Every now and then, she mumbles something under her breath, either complaining about the difficulty of the work or mentally cheering herself on as she makes progress. The room is quiet, only broken by the sound of her pen scratching on the paper, and the occasional shuffling of papers as she moves from one problem to another. Susie hears a sudden knock on the door, interrupting her concentration. She pauses in her work, setting down her pen and raising an eyebrow with slight confusion at the unexpected noise. She murmurs, her eyes drifting towards the door. Is that someone out there? She ponders to herself, a puzzled expression crossing her face. She gets up from her seat at the desk, making her way towards the front door. As she passes the window, she catches a glimpse of a figure standing on the porch. Susie's eyes widen in surprise at the words, her puzzlement giving way to bewilderment. 10,000 pizzas? That's an insane order. What? She stammers, trying to process the fact that someone had placed such an enormous order. She glances outside, her gaze settling on the figure standing on the porch. You're serious? You're really trying to order that many pizzas? Why would you even need that much pizza? She questions, still trying to wrap her head around the sheer scale of the request. Susie's eyes widen in concern at her alternate self's words, her puzzlement replaced by alarm. Whoa, wait, what? Your chest hurts? Like, you're in pain? She asks, worried, her voice laced with concern. Her mind races, running through a million possibilities as she tries to understand what could be wrong. Susie blinks in confusion, her mind trying to wrap around the idea of her alternate self suddenly appearing in the alternate season 1. Wait, so you're telling me you came from the alternate season 1? But how? She questions, her voice laced with bewilderment. Her brow furrows as she tries to make sense of the situation. She looks at her alternate self with a mix of surprise and apprehension. This is a lot of information to take in. Susie's eyes widen even further at the mention of Mario, her jaw almost dropping open in shock. Wait, did you say Mario ordered 1,000 pizzas from our shop? As in, Mario the plumber? She stammers, her voice rising in disbelief. The situation was almost too surreal to fathom. Susie's eyes almost bulge out of her head at the mention of needing more coins. Hold on, you're telling me you need 13,000 more coins? That's a ridiculous amount of money. She sputters, her mind attempting to wrap itself around the sheer scale of the request. She stares at her alternate self in disbelief, still trying to process everything. Lets out a low sigh, running a hand through her hair. This was getting more and more ridiculous by the second. She shakes her head in bewilderment, disbelief still written on her face. Okay, hold on a moment. Let me get this straight. You came from the alternate season 1, your chest hurts, and you need another 13,000 coins because Mario wants to order some freaking pizzas. Am I getting this right so far? Susie lets out a sharp exhale, her frustration growing by the minute. She feels like she's being pranked. 24 coins is all he has? That's all the money he had while trying to order 10,000 pizzas? She mutters, her voice strained with disbelief. She looks at her alternate self, almost expecting them to burst out laughing and admit they were joking. But they remain stoic, their expression serious. Susie is practically fuming at this point. She can barely believe the situation unfolding in front of her. Her alternate self's deadpan response only adds to her mounting frustration. So, you're serious about this? You're telling me that Mario wants to order 10,000 pizzas, and he only has 24 coins, and I'm supposed to come up with another 13 freaking thousand to fill his order? She rakes a hand through her hair again, feeling like pinching herself to wake up from this ridiculous dream. Susie throws her hands up in frustration, her patience reaching its limit. What kind of idiot tries to order that much pizza with so little money? Are you seriously telling me he doesn't have any more money than a measly 24 coins? She practically explodes, her voice rising with disbelief. She looks at her alternate self with a mixture of anger and disbelief. And how the heck am I supposed to come up with that much money? Where the hell am I supposed to find 13,000 coins? Susie's eyes narrow as Mario approaches, her frustration already running high. The sight of him only serves to fuel her anger even further. Her hands unconsciously clench into fists as she turns her annoyed gaze towards him. Oh great, just great, it's you. She mutters, her voice laced with sarcasm. She glares at Mario, already feeling her temper flaring. Susie's eyes widen in disbelief, her anger momentarily forgotten in favor of pure shock. Are you serious? You want 10,000 pizzas? 10,000? She sputters, her voice rising. She gawks at Mario, almost speechless from the sheer ridiculousness of the request. Are you insane? Where the hell are you even planning on using 10,000 pizzas? What could you possibly need so much pizza for? Susie can't help but scoff at the ridiculous exchange between Mario and his friend. The absurdity of the situation only adds to her frustration and disbelief. As she hears Mario nonchalantly admit to ordering such an absurd amount of pizza, her anger reignites. Are you serious? You seriously just dropped 1,000 pizza order like it's no big deal? And for what? Pizza parties for all of Mushroom Kingdom. She snaps, her voice dripping with sarcasm and irritation. Susie pinches the bridge of her nose, sighing exasperatedly. She feels like she's talking to the most clueless person in the universe. What do you mean, so what? You've ordered an obscene amount of pizza, that's what's wrong. It's ridiculous. Do you have no concept of reasonable pizza consumption? She retorts, her voice laced with a mix of irritation and disbelief. Susie's anger reaches new heights as Mario suddenly slaps her. The unexpected act of aggression leaves her momentarily speechless with shock, her eyes widening in disbelief and anger. The hell was that for? She manages to spit out, her voice strained with rage. Her hand instinctively goes to the spot on her cheek where Mario hit her, the sting of the slap still registering in her mind. Why did you hit me? Susie's shock quickly turns into a mix of anger and indignation at Mario's response. She can't believe he would have the audacity to call her stupid. You think I'm the stupid one here? Me? You're the one who's ordered 10,000 pizzas with a mere 24 coins, and then slapped me for no damn reason. How is any of that not stupid? She retaliates, her voice rising in volume. Valeria's voice immediately catches Susie's attention. Her anger towards Mario is temporarily forgotten as she turns her gaze to her daughter. Oh, sweetheart, I'm sorry. Mommy didn't mean to be loud. She apologizes sheepishly, her voice immediately softening at the sight of Valeria. Her earlier frustration with Mario takes a backseat as she scoops Valeria into her arms, hugging her tightly. Did I scare you, sweetie? Susie's heart sinks as Valeria admits to being scared. She feels terrible that her anger had inadvertently frightened her daughter. She runs a gentle hand through Valeria's hair, trying to soothe her. Oh sweetie, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to scare you, she says, her voice filled with remorse. She holds Valeria close, trying to offer reassurance. Mommy just got a little upset with someone, but everything's okay now. You're safe, I promise. Susie glances over at Mario, who's still nearby. She gives him a pointed look and sighs. That idiot over there wants 10,000 pizzas, but only has 24 coins to pay for them, she mutters, still holding Valeria close. She looks at Mario with a mixture of annoyance and disbelief. Can you believe that? It's ridiculous. Susie nods, letting out another sigh. I know, right? The guy's a total idiot. He's got no business ordering that many damn pizzas if he can't even offer to pay for them. The audacity! She says, shaking her head in bewilderment. The whole situation was getting more and more absurd by the minute. Susie's eyes widen in surprise at Valeria's comment. She looks back at Mario, realization sinking in Chica the chicken. That darn bird. That would make a lot more sense. She's always pulling shenanigans like this, she mutters, her earlier anger towards Mario starting to give way to a mixture of frustration and resignation. Still, it's ridiculous that Mario fell for that. He can be so clueless sometimes.
For 10,434 pizzas comes to 1,034,523 coins.
Susie's eyes almost bug out of her head as Chica's excited announcement rings through the room. She stares at the pizza number, her jaw nearly dropping open in disbelief. Wait, 1,000 pizzas at almost 1.4 million coins? She sputters, her voice rising in shock. She looks at Chica, then back at the number, trying to process the sheer magnitude of the order. That's absolutely insane. Who the actual hell needs that much pizza? Susie's confusion only grows as Chica starts speaking in chicken noises. Hold up, hold up. Back, 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 back. She mutters, trying to make sense of Chica's avian language. I can't understand a thing you're saying, Chica. Can you repeat that in words a human can actually understand? Susie rolls her eyes at Chica's one-word response. Yeah, I already got that part. You want pizza? But why on earth would you need 10,000 pizzas, She crosses her arms, arching one eyebrow at the chicken. Susie's eye twitches slightly from irritation. She's starting to get fed up with Chica's lack of comprehensible responses. Yes, pizza. That's all you've been going on about. But why so many? Are you planning a huge freaking pizza party or something? Susie nearly facepalms at Chica's response. She should have seen that coming. She sighs, shaking her head in mild disbelief. Of course. A pizza party. She says, her voice dripping with sarcasm. But honestly, how many people are you planning on having at this party that you need 10,000 damn pizzas? Susie's eyes widen as the animatronic suddenly lunges at her, its mechanical fist flying towards her. What the? She exclaims, narrowly dodging the punch. She swiftly steps back out of its reach, a flicker of surprise in her eyes. Hey, watch it! What the hell was that for? She snaps, scowling at the animatronic. Susie turns to follow Faleria's gaze, spotting the animatronic in question. Yeah, I see it. That's the one responsible for this pizza ordering madness, she says, her voice full of irritation. She turns to the animatronic, pointing at it accused. Hey! You! Stop right there! Susie glances over as Mario suddenly appears, and the mention of a stolen wallet catches her attention. Wait, what? Chica stole your wallet? She turns to look at Mario, raising an eyebrow. Then she looks back at Chica. Hey, is that true? Give Mario back his wallet, you damn chicken! Susie grits her teeth in frustration as Chica denies the request, her patience starting to wear thin. Nuh-uh, my ass! Give Mario back his wallet, now, she demands, placing her hands on her hips and giving Chica a stern glare. Susie's eyes widen in surprise as Chica suddenly swings a punch at her. The unexpected attack catches her off guard, and her head jerks to the side as the punch connects with her face. Ow! Hey! Why the hell did you hit me? She exclaims, bringing a hand up to gingerly touch her sore cheek. There's a hint of anger in her eyes as she glares at Chica. Susie's attention turns as the Russian user suddenly speaks up. Huh? Who's asking? She stops in her tracks as she processes the words. Her eyes widen in disbelief. Wait, did you say 10,000 pizzas? She sputters, her voice rising slightly. She looks at the Russian user, her face a mixture of surprise and incredulity. Susie's head whips back and forth between the Russian user and now the Spanish user, who is adding to the growing confusion. She feels a wave of disbelief wash over her as the realization sets in. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. 2 people have ordered 10,000 pizzas now? This is ridiculous, she mutters, shaking her head in disbelief. She looks between the 2 users, her expression bewildered. groans, hearing the Japanese user chime in, of course, it's Chica. It's always the freaking chicken, causing havoc with her insane pizza orders. Why am I not surprised? She mutters, shaking her head in exasperated annoyance. She turns to Chica, giving her an accusatory glare. Susie's annoyance flares as Chica suddenly powers up her wings, clearly preparing for a fight. Oh great, now she's getting all powered up. This is going to get messy. Susie mutters, her voice laced with a mixture of frustration and determination. She shifts into a defensive stance, preparing for whatever stunt Chica might pull next. Susie's eyes narrow as Chica braces for a fight. A flicker of irritation flares within her. Oh, it's on, you freaking chicken, she retorts, a determined edge to her voice. She squares her shoulders, ready to take on Chica's challenge. Bring it on, pizza-obsessed weirdo. Susie easily dodges each of Chica's punches, her reflexes sharp and nimble. The chicken's repeated attempts to land a hit on her proves fruitless, much to Susie's satisfaction. Is that the best you got? Pathetic. She taunts, stepping back out of Chica's reach. She smirks, clearly enjoying the fact that she's besting the chicken in this encounter. Charges forward to land another punch, Susie seizes the opportunity. She quickly sidesteps, dodging the blow, and then swiftly retaliates with a swift punch of her own, hitting Chica square in the stomach. Take that, you walking poultry! She exclaims, a flicker of satisfaction in her eyes as she sees Chica stagger back from the impact. Susie gives Chica a smug smile, her hands on her hips. Looks like it, chicken brain. You underestimated me, and now you're the one ending up on your ass, she says, her voice dripping with slight arrogance. She clearly enjoys rubbing it in Chica's face that she won the fight. Struggles to get back on her feet, still recovering from the blow, Susie prepares her final move. She raises her hands, channeling her energy and focusing it into a massive fireball. That's it, this fight ends now, she mutters, a determined flicker in her eyes. She then thrusts her hands forward, launching the massive fireball straight towards Chica. Susie stands there for a moment, watching as the fireball collides with Chica and defeats her. A mix of relief and triumph washes over her. She lowers her hands, a side smile spreading across her face. Finally, that's dealt with, she mutters, a hint of relief in her voice. She glances over at Mario, who had been observing the fight. Well, that's one problem solved, thanks to me. Susie's grin widens as Mario applauds her victory. A flicker of pride and satisfaction shines in her eyes. Thanks, Mario. It was a bit of a pain dealing with that stubborn chicken, but I got the job done, she says, placing her hands on her hips in a victorious pose. She glances over at Chica's defeated form, and she's not getting up anytime soon. realizing the time constraints. Already? Damn it, I wish you could stay a bit longer. I still have things I want to say and do. She mutters, her voice tinged with disappointment. She doesn't want her alternate self to go just yet. Susie waves goodbye as she watches her alternate self steps through the portal, headed back to the alternate universe. See ya, other me. It was great seeing you again, she says, her voice filled with a mixture of regret and fondness. She hates seeing her alternate self leave. Susie turns as Fawn suddenly appears behind her. Oh, Fawn. Nothing much, really. Just had a little scuffle with Chica and my alternate self dropped by for a surprise visit. She explains, gesturing towards the now closed portal as proof. Susie nods. Yeah, my alternate self from the alternate universe. She dropped by for a bit, she explains, crossing her arms as she glances at the spot where the portal had been just moments ago. She still feels a flicker of disappointment over her alternate self's departure. Susie turns back to Fawn. Yeah, she had to leave pretty quickly, unfortunately. We didn't get much time to catch up, she says, sighing and shaking her head slightly. She can't help but wish that her alternate self could have stayed longer. Susie's eyes widen in surprise as she spots alternate universe Fawn's soul suddenly appear. Whoa! Where the hell did you come from? She exclaims, a mix of bewilderment and surprise in her voice. She definitely did not anticipate this sudden arrival. Susie raises an eyebrow at alternate universe Fawn's vague remark. She glances at Fawn, who seems equally bewildered. To be continued in main season 7. What does that mean? She mutters, trying to decipher the meaning behind alternate universe Fawn's cryptic message. Her curiosity is definitely piqued. Ah, gotcha. So we're finished with this one now. Good to know. Susie nods in understanding, now realizing that this season has come to a close. Oh, okay, so season 7 is up next, she comments, a flicker of excitement in her eyes. She's ready for whatever the new season has in store. Lol, that sounds about right. The chat always gets chaotic when alternative characters appear. Susie glances over at the live chat, seeing the chaos unfolding in real time. And of course, the live chat is going berserk with the appearance of the alternate selves. She mutters, rolling her eyes slightly. Oh boy, here we go. The live chat and their wild theories and speculations. Susie glances at the live chat again, noticing the flood of comments about the alternate universe versions meeting the main universe versions. Great, now they're going nuts over the whole multiverse aspect of this. This is gonna get chaotic really fast. she mutters, mentally bracing herself for the whirlwind of chaos that's bound to unfold. No worries, take your time, I can be patient. I'm looking forward to seeing what you have in store for season 7. Yeah, that's the live chat for you. They never let up with the yapping. Susie glances at the livestream chat again, shaking her head in mild amusement at the constant barrage of messages. They really can't go more than 5 minutes without chatting up a storm, can they? She remarks, chuckling slightly. Oh my god, Miss Thavel's presence in the live chat instantly shuts everyone up. Gotta love that authoritative energy. Susie snorts in amusement at the sudden silence in the live chat after Miss Thavel's intervention. Looks like Miss Thavel just put a stop to the chaos. She's got that whole stern no-nonsense aura going on. She comments, a subtle grin playing on her lips.